Guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought today I would bring you a new recipe. I have not shared just a straight up recipe video in quite some time, and I've had many requests for them. So I thought to get back into the recipes this year, I thought I would bring you a lasagna mac recipe. The cool thing with this one is it's only 5 ingredients. You can all make it, and it is very macro friendly. So if you're excited to see this and more recipes to come, please do give it a thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. And be sure you're subscribed as well. So I am gonna start by using the Beyond Meat, Beyond Burger patties. If you have not seen these, you've got to try these. They've been out now for a while. They look so real, it's insane. But instead of making hamburger patties, I'm actually gonna break this up to kind of make a meat sauce. It does break up very, very easily. I will say it doesn't necessarily crumble like a ground beef would, but you can get it pretty close. So just go ahead and kind of break it up with like a wooden spoon and let that brown up in a saucepan. Next, what you're gonna wanna prepare is some tofu. I think it's very important for this particular recipe to go ahead and find a soft tofu. Reason being is I'm trying to actually mimic a ricotta cheese or a cottage cheese, which is what I would normally use in a traditional lasagna back before going vegan. And so this was perfect, and I know it doesn't necessarily look the most appetizing, but it actually was dead on for the texture I was going for. So just crumble it up. It really doesn't take much to crumble a soft tofu, so it's super simple. And you're gonna take some nutritional yeast, also known as nooch, and you are going to put about 5 tablespoons on top of this and kind of mix it in with your hands. It's not a pretty job, but it's kind of fun to play with your food, so there you go, right? But 5 tablespoons, I did like 3 at first, then kind of gave it a little mix, and then did 2 more. And basically, if you've never had this before, it will mimic the taste of cheese. Also, great source of protein, great source of B12. I came up with this recipe idea. I was just definitely going off the basis in my mind of like, how can I make a protein-packed meal that still tastes good and gets me actually some really good nutrition as well. And I just felt like these 5 ingredients actually meshed well together just so easily, and it was really, really good. So anyway, back to browning the meat, and you will see here that it will brown up definitely, and although it kind of almost, just go with me here, has kind of a raw meat look to it, it's not. It's actually done. So technically these 2 extra ingredients are not part of the 5, so I cheated a little bit, but just bear in mind these are completely optional. But because I have them, and most people have them in their cupboard, I decided to go ahead and add a little bit of garlic powder and Italian seasoning. But again, not really needed because we're gonna use a store-bought, ready-to-go marinara sauce anyway. So I went ahead and just used this Trader Joe's tomato basil marinara. Now I really love this one, guys. I know it's kind of a minor detail, but I will tell you that one actually is lower calorie than most of them there on the shelves when you're at Trader Joe's. So go with that one, it tastes delicious. Now I didn't use the entire jar, but most of it. I basically did 4.5 servings of it instead of the full 6, and that was more than enough too. Now I'm gonna move on to the pasta. Of course, use whatever pasta you want, but again, I'm going for that protein, so I went ahead and used these Banza elbow pastas. Now I know a lot of people are kind of hit and miss on whether they like this pasta or not. I personally love it. Even my husband Nate is not the biggest fan, but he did like this, I will tell you that. But you know, if you want to use a different pasta instead, please feel free to, but again, I was just getting that protein up as much as I could. So you're just gonna cook this for about 8 minutes. You can kind of undercook it too, because you're gonna also put this into the oven to finish up. So you just don't want it to be super mushy, so don't be afraid to like underdo it a little bit. But I did about 8 minutes. And then you're gonna basically take and make it a lasagna like you would a traditional lasagna. I know it's a little weird because where's like the long sheet noodles, but it works, it really does. So made a layer of just the macaroni on the bottom, took a little bit of the meat sauce and then a little bit of my cheese mixture, aka tofu, and put that on in little dollops as well. And that's again how I used to make lasagna, and I loved it. Sometimes I would add spinach and corn to my lasagna. I know corn seems a little weird, but I love the crunch that it gave. But again, I wanted to keep this to 5 simple ingredients, and something I've really learned on my own journey recently with trying to lose weight and just keeping things very simple simple is the way to go, guys. It really, really is. When you're on that type of journey, keep it simple. Less is more. But again, if you want to jazz this up, please feel free to, but I will tell you, these 5 together are bomb. It's very, very good. So I just finished all the layers and I had a little bit left over of the tofu and I've kind of put it in a big blob on top and it kind of reminded me of like a ziti or something, right? Don't they do that? Anyway, so I put this into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes and just toasted it up. It was delicious. Now guys, I actually broke down the macros for all of this and I am considering this 4 servings in the whole thing, which are big servings. It really is. This is a hearty meal and I'm going to put the macros for you guys here. And again, this is per serving. So I thought this was really, really good, guys. Anything under 500 calories for a meal, I don't even consider a cheat meal. So I really recommend this. I really do. Now, I happen to have some of this Parmesan cheese alternative that I got in a vegan cuts box, and I thought I'd put that on top. But truth is, it's really just like ground up cashews and nutritional yeast. So put a little extra nutritional yeast if you want. And again, you're still within that 5 ingredients. And I put a little parsley on top because Instagram worthy, be sure you're following me. And that is the completed recipe. So simple, so good, truly great. If you're kind of unsure too about tofu, try it like this. You will love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Love you guys. Mwah.